I am sorry if I was talking really, really fast. Go back and watch it again. There's just so much to share, and we only have an hour to do it in. So, yeah, sorry, Pam, we're not going to make it.
You do it, girl.
All right. So I've gotten everybody down here. Like I said, I would have a banker handling money to have. I've got a recipe reader. Now my host is going to get the recipe. Okay. On the bottom is always a QR code. I don't care what literature you put together. You put a QR code on there for them to go to your site. Okay. And Tupperware is designing a new program called Tupper Live. Tupper Live Selling. So stay tuned for that. Some of us are in the pilot, okay? And I'm really excited about that and more to come with that later. Anyway, so I'm gonna bring them all together in the kitchen, and tonight we're doing a taste of Italy. I'm making a fresh bruschetta recipe. Now this topping is tomatoes, parsnip, all that kind of good stuff, all right? You can put this on top of chicken. You can put this on top of pasta, on top of salmon, whatever you like, okay? You could do it with toasted crostini bread, and put it on there. So whatever you want. It's just very simple. So I only am going to use one of our prime products, and I'm telling you, this is going to be a superhero in your kitchen. How many of you guys have a microwave? You have a microwave in your kitchen? And how many of you guys use it to actually cook a meal? Okay, these are questions I ask at the party. Or are you just popping, popcorn or warming up something for 10 seconds? Okay. Well, Tupperware's developed a line of products that utilizes your microwave. So you don't need another appliance. You don't need another appliance sitting on your counter taking up space. We're going to utilize the microwave that you already have. Okay. And one of those is the MicroPro Grill. It is metal. Okay. And my friend Jenny has a funny story about that, about her daughter thinking it went in the oven, but that's another, we'll share that later, okay? But what happens is there are these very special plates, and Tupperware has an amazing research and development uh, department, and they are always innovative and designing new products, and they designed this product that goes in your microwave and does not use microwaves to cook your food, okay? These special plates, top and bottom will heat up to about 500, not 500 degrees, a little less than that, in about a minute or two. Okay, so I preheated the grill. If I'm going to be grilling something, I'm going to use it in a grill position, which is going to push down on both sides. Okay, paninis. Okay, preheating pizza. I'm going to do the chicken. I can do salmon in here in 3 minutes. Okay, but tonight I'm going to do some grilled chicken. So I've already preheated it. You can use a piece of bread to preheat it. Honestly, guys, I haven't used anything. I just put it in there and heat it up. Okay, the plates will collect the microwave. Don't worry. Okay, and so I just added a little bit of olive oil down inside of here. I have marinated my chicken. I'm absolutely loving these silicone bags. If you have not invested in your ultimate silicone bag collection, oh my goodness, you need to do it. There are 4 bags right here: small, medium, large, and extra large. I use the big one when I'm doing big, bulky marinating. I just had a little bit of chicken tenders, so I did it down inside of here. I'll give my husband the credit. He always marinates, all right? He does the olive oil. We love Italian herb seasoning. I like to make my own blends, so I love using Tupperware spice containers that keep your spices fresh. If you like cooking or you don't think yours tastes that great, you add a little spice to your dishes, and I'm telling you, you're gonna fall in love with it, and so will your family. Okay, so I'm gonna take these chicken tenders, um, and these are already cut thin, and I'm gonna put them down inside my grill here. I love this. It is quick, it is easy. You could stop on your way home from the grocery store, grab yourself some fresh chicken, come home, grill it up, and 6 minutes you can have beautiful chicken on the table. You could preheat this with roasting maybe some asparagus or some potatoes in here, and then add the chicken to it. There are so many things you can do with this grill. And there's a couple pieces left, and I don't want to overdo it here. Okay, it's already got olive oil and the seasoning on here. I'm going to put it in a grill position. Now, I've also done casseroles, okay, and that's the casserole position. So it's lifted up higher. I'll do like omelets, frittatas in the morning. I'll do like a potato casserole. One of my favorite meals to make in here And we get this started. I'm gonna do, yeah, actually forgot, these are, hold on. These are tenders, so I'm gonna do 3 minutes and then I'm gonna flip them, okay? And by the way, I love these tongs from Tupperware. They're my favorite. These pull apart real easily, okay? We'll talk about that. All right, so we got the chicken going on, and I preheated my tomatoes here. So while that's happening, I'm going to prepare the bruschetta, okay, the fresh sauce, okay? And I put down inside the supersonic chopper. If you don't have this, you need to add this on your list right now. Order it, okay? This is your main tool. You can find tons of tips, recipes to make with the supersonic chopper, and this will be your main product to demonstrate around. And then you can add all the accessories around that. Add a prime product that's going to cook, either the multi-cooker, the grill, or our pressure cooker. Okay. So guys, if you want me to make, oh my goodness, I love doing pulled pork chicken, barbecue chicken in like 25 minutes with their pressure cookers. So if you want to have a happy hour party, we'll make some buffalo chicken. Okay. All right. So I've already put down the side of here some garlic and some red onion. Now listen, when the recipe calls for red onion, it calls for, let me see where it is. I think I changed it because you're out of control. It's like one small red onion. No, the red onions are very powerful. You only need a little bit. You're going to get that flavor. You don't want it to overpower everything. So I threw the garlic down the side of there. I saved one here because I love using our amazing chef's knife. That's what they're called. Amazing knives. Okay. And so we've got the guards on here. And a little tip, I take the guards off and I leave it in my drawer. That way I don't lose it, and that way it doesn't get dirty. It's really hard to clean, and then the water stays in there. So just throw it in the cupboard. You don't need it, okay? So I take the back of the chef's knife. I'm going to place my garlic right there. And yes, we have a garlic press. You can use that if you want. But when you smash the garlic, it releases all the wonderful health benefits. One, keep your garlic at room temperature. If you keep it in the fridge, or if it becomes damp, you're going to start getting some molded garlic, okay? And this is all peeled. I don't have to touch it. It's crushed. And I'm going to throw it down the side of there, okay? And another tip for you, too. You control the knife. You want to pinch it with your thumb and your forefinger, okay? Now I am controlling this knife, and I can chop, 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 right? If I put my finger on the top, the spine right here, this can easily come at me. Or if I hold it back here, this is very wobbly and unstable, okay? And just like my Tupperware business, I control my business, all right? If some of you guys are stuck in a job where you're working 60, 70 hours a week, come talk to me. That was me before Tupperware. Okay, now I control my schedule, just like this Tupperware and I control it, okay? The other thing I wanted to tell you was, did you ever get like, you just chopped up onions and garlic, and now you're smelling it all day because it's on your hand, okay? You run your knife, stainless steel pan or stainless steel sink, and you be careful if you use a knife, okay? But stainless steel takes the odor out of your hand, okay? I believe it or not, was a Burger King manager, yes, okay? I hated that uniform. You can ask all my friends. I always try to forget my hat at home and all that fun stuff because you guys all know how I look hat on my head, okay? Anyway, so that'll take, and I was the salad bar person, and so that's why I learned how to get onion and garlic. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to chuck the chicken here. That was the first 3 minutes. All right. And if you are grilling meat in your grill, you don't want to add salt until the end. Okay. If you add salt ahead of time, you're not going to grill. It won't give you that grill effect. It's going to look more like steamed chicken. Okay. And so you don't want to create that moisture. So put the salt on at the very end. Now I've got my herbs on here, which is perfectly fine. So this looks good, but I'm going to put it in there for another 4 minutes to get that browning on the top. Okay. And put it back in the microwave. And that's the other beauty about the microwave is I can sit here and be a slave to my countertop and worry about it cooking and flipping all that. I just put it in the microwave and I can do something else. Okay. All right. So we've got this down. Now, when you're doing something like this and you got the garlic and onions, you need to balance that with something green. So the Hispanics love to use cilantro. The Italians love to use flat Italian parsley, all right? and not because it's called Italian parsley. It's because your flat parsley has more vitamins and nutrients. The curly parsley was meant for aesthetics, to make your plate look pretty, okay? And don't worry about the stems. It's gonna get chopped up down inside of here. So your greens are gonna balance those soft, those strong garlic and onion flavors, okay? And give you a nice balance. All right. So we're gonna throw that down inside of there. And yes, you can measure if you want to, but if you're Italian, you don't measure. You just make it look good, okay? All right. And of course, you're gonna keep your herbs in your fridge smart containers. Remember we talked about those earlier, how they're gonna save you so much money. You won't be throwing away those fruits and vegetables and slimy lettuce and wilty cucumbers and yeah. Okay. So the way the supersonic works, you're going to put these covers on here, make sure they're lined up, has a rubber grip on the bottom, and you're gonna give it a couple pulls, and you control the chop. Okay, it's like the Cuisinart without a plug. Okay, you control the chop. You push that little button on the Cuisinart, it is all over. And if you didn't mean to pulverize it, it's too late. Here I can like, oh, it's done. It's getting done. Okay, so a couple pulls, guys. What was that? Maybe 3, 4, 5 pulls. And now, if you're trying to hide the onion and the garlic from the family members, you can just chop a little more, okay? So they won't ever know the. So now I'm going to add my tomatoes. Now, I love to use Roma tomatoes, but for some reason, I could not find Roma tomatoes last week, so I went with these beautiful local tomatoes. And I blanched them in the microwave. What I did was I put them in the microwave until they got soft. I don't want to cook them. I don't want to cook them. And guys, when you're making your own salsa, you're making your own fresh sauces. If you warm up the tomatoes prior to putting it into the supersonic chopper, it's just going to give it that warmth and really pull out the flavors of the tomato. Now, Roma tomatoes are better because they don't have so much liquid. They're a little bit firmer, and so it's going to give you a little chunkier sauce, okay? But these are going to be fine. These are beautiful. Beautiful, locally. They're just, I love local this time of year because my market here has local grown produce right now. So this is all local grown. Sometimes I'll go to Miles Market. I love Miles Market. It's always fresh produce down there too. Okay, toss them down side of here. And a lot of times people don't like tomatoes, probably because restaurants don't have really good tomatoes. And they're eating them cold. And when tomatoes are cold, they don't have flavor. There's no flavor. Okay, so just like lemons, limes, if you're going to be using tomatoes in your recipes and you are putting them in the refrigerator, okay, you pull them out ahead of time. You pull them out in the morning and you let them get to room temperature, and then you warm them up right before whatever you're going to be making. And I am telling you, you're going to have a whole new love for tomatoes. Okay. Of course, I'm always going to use our 4 microwave containers that are meant for the microwave with the staple handles and the vents. Okay. If you say microwave, you don't use it in the microwave. Okay. All right. So we got tomatoes on the side of there. I'm going to add some fresh basil. I already did the first bit. Okay. And then, hey, look at these things. I think these were made by Giant. Basil leaf, okay? Again, do not overpower it with so much basil. Basil is also very potent, okay? When I do pesto, I like to calm it down with spinach. I'll use spinach and basil mixed so the basil doesn't overpower. Now, if you like that flavor, that's great. I like it. I just don't like it so powerful, okay? I'm going to add some Italian seasoning. Our spice shakers are awesome because this side I can get a teaspoon in, and the other side I can sprinkle. And of course, she's got the measuring spoons and cup. All right, love, love, love this. And can you see how many products you're gonna need in your kitchen? Now, if you can't buy it all tonight, I'm doing a tablespoon of herbs, Italian herb. And so you can't get a tablespoon in here, so 3 teaspoons will make your tablespoon. Now, at my parties, guys, I will actually ask them. I don't give them the answers. I want them to be interactive. I want them to give me tips and kitchen hacks and all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to give them bucks. But for the sake of time, I'm just giving you the answers. Okay. I would have somebody chopping for me. I'd have somebody come making grate the cheese. And not only can you use these freezer mates in the freezer, I use them everywhere. They're in the refrigerator, they're snack containers, they're the best, okay? And so I am going to use, I keep moving my cutting board because it's in my way, and then I hit it again. All right, and you should have several cutting boards, okay? Because one's for veggies, one's for meats, one's for dry things, okay? I love having several cutting boards. You guys, shredding your own cheese is a breeze with the Great Master System, all right? If you don't have this, you're not gonna like grating cheese, and you're gonna go for that pre-shredded cheese, and then it's not gonna taste that great. And you're like, I did the same thing Loretta did, and it doesn't taste the same. That's because pre-shredded cheese has a label with ingredients in it, and it doesn't say cheese. It says something cheese, and it says this and that, and this and that, and this and that, and there's fillers and preservatives and coloring and anti-caking agents and all that fun stuff. And then there's something called fillers that don't do anything to fill your bag. And that's called cellulose. Okay. And if you don't want to eat cellulose, which is processed food called tree pulp, or better known as sawdust, it truly is. That's what. Okay. If you don't want to eat that, just shred your own cheese. It take me. Look at how much I got from. It's not even a full wedge. You know that little triangle wedge you get at the grocery store? All right. I am going to get at least 4 cups of cheese out of that. This is about 2 cups right here. Actually, probably get more than that. Okay. And the recipe says a half cup of cheese, but you know how we are. Right, guys? All right, now, be careful. You don't want to overstuff. I may have overstuffed. Okay. But anyway, and just keep going. Now, I love having my guests do this. I love having them use the grater because they're going to see how easy it is. And just like Rebecca shared with us, she showed them how she could take care of herself with our Tupperware product. Okay, our can opener, our tools are friendly whether you're left-handed, right-handed. Okay, I remember one of my consultants, Megan. She had a sprained arm and she couldn't use her right arm, but she was able to use our Tupperware product with her left hand. Okay, and still make a meal for the family. Okay, so guys, these are going. This is going to save you money. Oh my goodness, this smells wonderful. Now you can leave it down inside of here. By the way, that medium impression bowl is perfect. It's the perfect bowl under here, or the master, which is a thank you gift. If you'd like to date a party tonight, just let me know because you'll get a Dr. Bowl Junior just as a thank you. All right, so this is my fresh bruschetta. Okay, and now I'm going to grab my chicken. Oh, I was going to say one of my favorite meals with the micropro grill. I forgot to put salt and pepper in there. Guys, you got to get yourself the classic Tupperware salt and pepper shakers. People will start crying, literally crying. All right. I had a lady come up to me and she was coming up to my booth and she was crying and I thought something was wrong with her. I said, "You are right." She goes, and she's pointing to something on my shelf. I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Those salt and pepper shakers. My grandma had those on her table every day." And I'm like, "I have to have them." I'm like, "Okay, I'm so happy I have them for you." Tupperware brings back memories. There is not a product out there that people can watch movies and TV series and shows and say, "Oh my goodness, that's Tupperware." Okay, right? You do that with the garlic press. People don't know it's Tupperware. Okay, check this out, guys. Ooh, look at my beautiful chicken. All right. I don't know if you can see the browning on there. Okay. And so now if you want to add some salt and pepper, you can. But I'm going to take a couple pieces here and never, never, never use a sharp object in your grill. I'm just going to be extra careful. Okay. And I'm going to take this chicken and I'm going to slice it. And I'm going to slice it with my beautiful knife. It's just like cutting with butter. I'm going to make it look absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to plate this. All right. I'm going to add my chicken to a beautiful plate. All right. All right. And, okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the bruschetta on top. And that's why I love measuring cups, because you can use them as scoop. Perfect down inside of here. And I want to do one more thing. Okay, this looks great on top of pasta. I'm gonna take some basil and I'm gonna give it that little extra touch, guys. Guys, if you ordered this in a restaurant, chicken bruschetta pasta, $20, maybe more. 22, 24. You take your basil and you roll it up, okay? Roll it up. I don't know if you can see me. Roll it up. And then I'm going to take the best kitchen shears in the world. I'm not just saying that. It's for real. And I'm just going to, I rolled it up, and then you just thinly slice the basil, okay? And it will make these beautiful ribbons. And if Callie's on, she probably knows the French term for this ribbony look in basil. And I don't know. Anyway, so check this out, guys.
Chiffonade.
What's it called?
Chiffonade.
Yes, that's it. All right. Doesn't this look gorgeous, guys?
Beautiful.
I could serve this in a restaurant. All I did was chop up some stuff in my supersonic and the grater and all that kind of stuff. So guys, so that you can see how I threw out some dating bids, some recruiting bids in there. I shared a little bit about it. And I know I don't have time to do the rest of this, but I would do my recruiting story here with the bowl and what it's done for me in my Tupperware in my life. Or I would play the game. But I would wrap everybody up with a recruiting activity. I call them activities. Everything I do is going to build my business. Okay, I'm not playing a game to play a game. I'm going to play a game that's going to build my business. All right, I have to pay bills. I got car payment. I have groceries to buy. And if you know Steve, I have lots of groceries to buy. I have shoes that I want. There's places I want to go. Like Bonnie said, summer is spelled M-O-N-E-Y. Okay, anywhere you want to do something, it's going to cost you money, all right? You need to grow your business. So you're going to do recruiting activities that are going to grow your business. And then I'm going to wrap everybody up together. This is when I'm going to give them their folder, okay? And in their folder, because I don't need them looking at flyers, catalogs, pre-ordering, links on their phone while I'm trying to demonstrate and build relationships. And the other thing I do is I call everybody by name. It is really, really important for me to remember their name. So while they're introducing themselves, I'm going to repeat their name 3 times in my head while I'm looking at them. Okay. And that becomes that trust factor. So in here, like Bonnie showed you, whatever flyers you got on sale, product catalog list, whatever. Okay. Whatever the recruiting offer is. And thank you, Bonnie just created a flyer for us so we can use that too. Whatever the host is going to get here. And then down here is the postcard that the hostess got ahead of time and she passes out to her friends, okay, with the QR code link, okay? Now, when they click on that link, and I can tell them, you can either shop from here, I have an order form back here, or you can shop directly from Jenny's party. Just click on the link, and you're going to see all the latest and greatest. You're going to see the new sales that's just popped this morning that I didn't have a chance to put on here, okay? So if you want to check out the link, make sure you talk to me. I'll make sure you know where to find the supersonic chopper, the great master, or the grill if you're looking for that. And then this is my business card. You are welcome to take this. This is my business card, guys, with my shopping link on there with a little bonus. And I always have a recipe on there because people don't throw away recipes, all right? So they're going to get their little packet. And then this is your one-on-one time. This is now when you walk up to them and you say, Kathy, thank you so much for helping me be my banker tonight. You know, Callie, thank you so much for being my reader tonight. And you know, did you enjoy this? What do you think you and your friends would love? Would you guys love a chocolate teeny party or a wine down Wednesday party or whatever? Okay. This is your chance to build your sales. Don't forget to add. You qualify for the One to Their Bowls today for only $20 with your order. This is your time to build the sales. Ask for dating. Oh, a booking bag. Okay. These are going to be spread out around the room, not behind me. They're going to be out and about. Remember when I did the hostess? Grab your own booking bag in here as a surprise, okay? And you just take these prep sets and you break them up and you put 1 or 2 pieces in there, okay? You put a date on here, okay? You know, take me home. Maybe it's July 20th, okay? Maybe you need a party that day, okay? And then I'm going to have my golden opportunity bag. So this is my family. I've taken them to Disney 4 times. I've taken them to Norway. I've taken them to Italy and where else have I taken them? Germany. They've been all over because of this Tupperware business. I've also cut my credit card debt because of my Tupperware business. And average party, I'm gonna make $200 to $300. And all I did was have fun with you guys and drink and eat. Okay. If you're interested in a little bit more of maybe making some extra money on the side, or maybe you want a little bit even more, I've got a little gold opportunity bag for you. It's a little bag here with a little smidget in there, and there's a little pack in there. I'd love to meet with you. Maybe at Starbucks or at a coffee shop, whatever. Or over happy hour with a glass of wine. And I'd love to share more with you and see if this maybe might be something for you. Okay. So have your golden opportunity bags, your booking bags, and then of course you're gonna wrap it up with the host and make sure she joins your team. All right, guys. That was it in a nutshell. I'm sure I forgot something. I'll be posting everything I used on the champion site.